Hi guys, welcome back to another video. And since the shop days, if you've been around since then, I haven't managed to do a great deal of kind of wheeling and dealing and buying guitars off people and hashing out deals, you know, all that kind of thing. And I kind of miss it. So today, that's what we're going to do. So I found a guitar to go and buy, and you'll join me on the road and I'll tell you a bit more about it then. So we're heading just over the border into Wales, and the guitar we're going to pick up is a Squire. But it's not just any old Squire, because I've said quite a few times that I prefer the older Squires that you used to get, the vintage modifieds and the classic vibes. You used to just be able to get, well, I just preferred them pretty much. And this one is a Squire Jaguar vintage modified, but it's had a few kind of cool upgrades and stuff put on it as well. So I'll go and pick up the guitar and then we'll check over it. So I'll see you in a minute. So when you live in the UK, you're never too far away from a castle that's so old it predates most nations, and this one, Chepstow Castle, is around sort of mid-10th century, so the oldest parts of it are 1,000 years old, so that's pretty cool. So this is the guitar then. It is a 2012 Squire vintage modified Jaguar. And the reason I said earlier that I just much prefer the older Squires, particularly sort of 2008 to say 2013 sort of time, is you just got better specs back then that you can't get anymore. For a start, this rosewood fretboard, I mean, that is a really, really good bit of rosewood on a Squire, and you just cannot get that anymore. Just for comparison, the neck on this guitar is from the same period. It's a 2010 classic player Stratocaster neck. And you can see you got the rosewood just there as well. But if you compare that to the Squire of the same time, you can see there's pretty much, you know, they're both as good as each other. Whereas these days, this is such a premium sort of thing, and you just don't get it in the Squires full stop. But the reason why I kind of was drawn to this is because I've always had a thing for Jaguars anyway. It's one of them kind of itches that I have. But I really liked it in white as well. And it's also got the Mojo 62 Jaguar pickups, which is the same pickups that the red Jaguar that I had in the shop had that we filmed. And it's also got the stage trem bridge and the tremolo collet as well. So, and it's also had all the pots done and everything, and all the switches upgraded. And, you know, for the money it sort of cost, there's basically that the pickups and the bridge and wiring kind of more than the guitar costs, so it was just a little thing I kind of couldn't resist. There is a few little marks, like that was done, that soldering mark just there was done during the upgrades and stuff like that. This pick guard, I think I'm not going to be able to help myself but order a tortoiseshell one, but that might grow on me. That has a little pair there. And if you're not familiar with the channel and you're thinking John Frusciante vibes, then you're absolutely spot on. It's definitely a part of the thing for me and Jags is the Frusciante thing, as well as the Johnny Marr thing, of course. But at the minute, this guitar is set up in Nashville tuning, and I've never ever played with Nashville tuning before, but that's the kind of thing you've got. So you've got really kind of thin gauge on the A. Well, it's thin gauges all round. You can still play normal chords in it, but it's obviously very, very different sounding. And also the intonation you might have picked up on is going to be way, way out. So I'm going to get a set of 10s on this thing. They might be a bit slinky for a 24-inch scale, but I like slinky strings, so they should do. So I'm going to get to work on this thing and hydrate the board, polish up the frets a bit, mess around with this for ages to get the intonation set back in standard tuning. And then we'll plug it in and sort of, you know, hear this thing through the amplifier just there. So let's get to work on this Jag. All right then, so not a full setup by any means, but just getting it cleaned off, new strings. I completely guessed the intonation for the bridge just while it was off, so we'll see how far out we are. But if I show you, you can tell it's in a totally different place to where it was before. Fret to come up pretty nice. Obviously, you know, you could always dress them around the edges a bit nicer and stuff like that. The nut seems a little bit low, to be fair. It's probably been messed around with, but you can always get away with a low nut, so that's all right. Let's. I actually haven't really plugged it in other than to tune it yet, so let's see where we're at. So I will give it another quick tune with the strings, stretch them up a bit. Might as well check where we are with the intonation while we're here. Just a quick check at the 12th. A little bit flat. Pretty close though. That's pretty good. That's not bad. Yeah, a little bit flat. Same on there. Not too bad. Not bad for a guesswork, to be fair, but definitely needs a bit more tweaking there. So let's just have a look. Got to familiarise myself with Jag controls again now. I think separate pickup switches. There you go. So that's the bridge, and then I know that's some kind of bass cut. I'll leave the rhythm circuit out of it for now. Before that. Both. Neck. So where we're at, let's get back to the bridge there. Another quick tune, good old new strings. Back to the neck. The intonation's not horrendous, definitely needs a little bit more tweaking, but you see there's like a bit of gain on the bridge. But yeah, copyright strike, carrying on with that. Right, so there we go, that's the guitar as it stands. I'm going to now take this away, fettle with it further, set the intonation. I think I'll do a bit of fret dressing as well, because it's obviously never been done, and it's just, you know, when you get used to your other guitars, you kind of want to get the rest of them up to that standard sort of thing. But that is a quick little look at this guitar, and so the next video we'll look at a proper sound demo. I'll mic up the amp and learn some Jaguar songs, and then we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, and I will see you then on the next one.